Greetings and welcome to another Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team video review, where today I'm going over Strike Force Justian for Kill Team. But before we get into things, thanks goes to Games Workshop for providing this to review for free. As always, I aim to be honest, impartial and constructively critical. But yeah, let's get on with things, and remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know what you thought of today's video. Do you like this new Kill Team or not? Let me know. And remember, I've got an affiliate link you can check out in the episode description below for Element Games, as well as a Discord you can check out for free, and a Patreon if you want to give me some more support. But let's get into this new release. So Strike Force Justian is a new intercession kill team coming in this like blind box gachapon kind of release. So before we've had like 2 sets of normal Marines, then like Nurgle Death Guard, Blood Angels, and now they've done it for kill team with Primaris Marines. It's also very hot and sweaty at the moment. I'm very jet lagged, so we'll see. I've just come back from Nova. So you can buy this. Well, you can't buy this actually if you're in the UK. I think you can only buy it if you're in Germany, America, and Japan. I think. I didn't check the article fully, but I know you just can't buy it in the UK. But if you buy a full box, you'll get 8 miniatures, but you'll get all 7, right? So when this does come to the UK, eventually, hopefully, if you buy the full set, you'll get this one of the Marines twice. It's the guy with the ceaseless bolt gun. So for £45, that's what the normal price was. It's actually not too bad considering you get a wide selection of miniatures, and they're all push fit, right? You can build them normally, but they're designed to go push fit. They come in like blue plastic, which is pretty neat. Inside each box, you get a sprue, an instruction card, and 2 data sheets, one in Japanese and one in English, at least for me, right? No, there's been some early releases for my German friends, right? But I don't know if they got Japanese as well. Maybe it's a sign I should go to Japan. Anyway, being serious, but that's pretty neat. So, and you get a link to the kill team, well, a QR code to the kill team light rules. But that's pretty much for the box. And you get your own like little blurb about each character. And on each data card, you get 1 strat ploy on one side and like the kill team composition rules. So that's pretty cool. So let's get into the kill team composition. So this is actually a 7 operative kill team, but you can only build from a model of 6. So the issue is there is according to the Warhammer community article, there is going to be like a full PDF version of this kill team someday. So at the moment, I'm assuming for Tac Ops, they have access to seek and destroy and security. And if we're extra lucky, they'll probably get access to the same Tac Ops as intercession, right? Outside of that, nothing else. You only get 7 operatives, and the way this kill team works is you select 6 from those 7, and you can make one of those either the captain or the sergeant to get the leader keyword. So this actually allows some interesting things where you can take the captain and the sergeant on the same kill team, and you always do, right? You always do. Currently, that's how the cards say. So let me bring up the list of operatives we have. So you get Captain Justian, Sergeant Marius, Brother Flavin, Brother Acules, Brother Thysaur, Brother Decian, and Brother Vignius. All right, so those are your 7 operatives. I'll go through them in a minute. But basically, you always drop 1, and it's either one of the piercing bolt guns and the ceaseless guns. Oh, and then we'll go into the strategic ploys. There you go, strategic ploys and tactical ploys. They're basically the same as intercession, so I'll quickly run through them. So for strategic ploys, you get Devastator Doctrine, Tactical Doctrine, and Assault Doctrine, which work exactly like they do for intercession. So, Devastator, if you're more than ready, get a reroll. Tactical, if you're within ready, get a reroll. And Assault, when you charge, you get to reroll a dice in combat. So, you can't use the same doctrine like when another is active, and if then you've got Undead Shall Know No Fear, so you can ignore any APL modifiers and are not injured. Still good. Tactical ploy is exactly the same as well. So you've got adaptive tactics, so you can, well, I mean, you don't have adaptive tactics because you don't have chapter tactics, so that's the one thing they don't have. But they have transhuman physiology, so they can turn a defense dice normal save into a crit save. Angel of Death to perform a fight action at the end of the round, and then Wrath of Vengeance to perform a shoot action on death. So still a really solid kill team, selection of ploys, but they were working from a good baseline. All right, so now we'll go into the operatives individually. So, as I said, it goes through based on the stat card. So you've got Captain Justian. So he is movement, 3 white, 3 APL, you know, 3 defense, 3 ups armor save, and 15 wounds. So this was kind of shocking because I was expecting him to be 19 wounds at least, and with the 2 up armor save. So they've been quite restrained already, which is good to see. He's got a plasma pistol that hits on 2s, and then a power fist that is 5 attacks hitting on 3s, 5/7 with brutal. I was expecting that to hit on 2s, but once again, I'm happy they've been restrained. He has Rites of Battle, so in the generate command point step of each strategy phase, if a friendly operative with this ability is in the kill zone, you get 1 additional command point. So as long as he's on the table, you get 2 command points a turn, 1 for the turn, 1 for him. He could do 2 fire actions, and he's a 4-up invulnerable save. Overall, great. Always take him. You need him, right? Just take him. Next, we have Sergeant Marius. So he has a standard intercessor stat line, but with 15 wounds. He has a bolt rifle that hits on 2s, and he can shoot twice. Other than that, you still always take him, because until they change it, you take him and the captain, but you just run Sergeant as a normal dude that hits on 2s. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Then we've got Brother Flavian, who is your much requested Phobos Sniper Man. So the big change here, he's got 12 wounds. So Phobos, I'm sorry, you're never going to get more than 12 wounds. So he has a bolt sniper rifle with 3 different firing modes. Has Executioner, which is 4 attacks hitting on 2s, 3/4 balance, heavy, no cover, silent. Hyperfrag, which is 4 attacks hitting on 2s, 2/4 blast black, heavy, silent. And then Mortis, which you're always going to use, which is 4 attacks hitting on 2s, 3/3, AP1, heavy, silent, mortal wounds free. Because why would you not use the free 6 gun, right? It's just always better. He's got fists. Watch out for those fists. Camo cloak, so he gets 1 additional defense dice, you know, as a result of while he's in cover to retain. And he's got adjust optics because he's got 3 APL. So at the end of the turn, until the end of the turning point, when determining line of sight, he ignores obscuring, which is pretty good, right? You could argue you maybe want, you know, the no cover Executioner, but you're always going Mortis because Hyperfrag is going to be so situational, basically never going to happen. But overall, pretty good. He usually spends turning point 1 getting into position, but, you know, even if you recon dash him into a suitable place, he just sets up and just waits. Next, we've got Brother Acules, who is a heavy intercessor. He's 2 white movement, right? And he's got 3 APL, and he's got 18 wounds. So you will notice that his heavy bolter is 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, 4/5 fusillade, heavy, and P1, right? And he can fire it twice. Kind of sad it's heavy. I think because he does have two white movement, I think he doesn't need heavy. But people are going, it's 4 attacks. It's a nerf. It's a nerf. So the Japanese data card has him on 5 attacks. And I'm very, very sure, like 99% sure it's supposed to be 5 attacks. So I play as 5 attacks. If anyone argues it's wrong, here's the Japanese card, right? It's literally the same, but in 5. And at this point, I would trust the Japanese over the UK. But otherwise, he's okay. I just think he didn't need heavy on his heavy bolter. Then you've got Brother Thysaur, who has a bolt rifle. His special thing is he has a smoke grenade, which unfortunately he can only use once per game. He does have a bionic arm, but the bionic arm does nothing, or bionic hand, right? He has a smoke grenade. So picks a place within red. Everyone within white of that is, as long as the cover line draws it, is obscured until the end of the turning point. So I think they could have gone away with just making this unlimited or giving him like all grenades. But as he stands, he's nice. It's just he literally goes, move up, and throws a grenade. Then we've got Brother Decian, who is your assault intercessor. So he has 5 attacks hitting on 3s, 4/5, and then a heavy bolt pistol, right? And he can fight twice. You take him because you need melee presence. But in those games you don't need him, you don't take him. Otherwise he's fine. Then you've got Brother Vignius. This is the guy you get twice of if you buy a full box. So he's got auto bolt rifle, which is ceaseless, and he can shoot twice. So generally, like that's him. He just shoots twice with a ceaseless gun. So you basically usually drop him. As for equipment, there's no equipment as of yet. I don't think they actually will get equipment, but if they do, they'd probably maybe get something like Intercession, but I don't think they're intended to get equipment because of what they have. So no equipment and no narrative rules. So there's nothing about that. So for Strike Force Justian overview, they're actually a really good beginner team to an extent. I don't think they're actually fully great for beginners. They do link you to the Kill Team light rules, but I would still say if you're a beginner to Kill Team, Intercession Squad are still much better than Strike Force Justian. Because the problem with Strike Force Justian, assuming that they get given security and seek and destroy, if they don't get any of the faction Tac Ops of Intercession, which I'm sure they will, then they become almost too hard to play competitively. And if you're playing these in tournaments, you're going to get smashed quite quickly. Remember, they have no access to grenades. They have no access to like Auspexes. They have to rely on their sniper to ignore obscuring. And outside of your Assault Intercessor and Captain, you only have 2 Assault Operatives. And even then, your Captain can be outfought because he's only 5 attacks hitting on freeze. He has got Brutal, right? But he's only 15 wounds. A dedicated melee operative is probably going to kill him or seriously maim him. So melee is a huge weakness for this Kill Team. And they're very rigid. The only kind of meme thing is you basically get 2 command points a turn, probably just to spend on rerolls all the time. So, interesting, right? I think they're fun. The other problem is you can't get them in the UK, so you're going to probably just proxy them or build them from whatever. So, it's more expensive to build them if you're not in the UK because you can't get them yet. But I think they're an okay Kill Team. I do think they might be the weakest best poke team now, but it's kind of by intention. And there's a lot of compendium teams that will probably give this team a run for their money, which isn't bad, but it's like, I wouldn't go into this going, this is the new best way to play Marines. It's an interesting way to play Marines. And, if they get crazy and give them chapter tactics, they shouldn't, right? They'll be fine. I think if these guys could use chapter tactics, that'd probably be pretty crazy. But you've got a nice... I like how they've done the leader. The leader isn't too, insane. They were quite more restrained than I thought. I really think the leader should have just been 2 up armor save, hitting on 2s, and 19 wounds with the restrictions we had in place. But maybe that was too powerful. But... it's just weird having a captain hitting on freeze with a power fist in Kill Team. Overall, I think they're fun, and if you can get them, I would recommend. It's still a bit pricey, but as long as you can get a full box, they're great. If you can't get a full box where you can buy them in, don't buy them individually because you're literally gambling. The boxes are all identical and basically feel the same weight, so there's no way to tell. Just buy a full box. They're a great fun Kill Team, and I'd highly recommend them if you can get them. They're just neat. I was going to kit bash and convert my own until I got a review copy, which was really cool. So pros and cons, they're a pretty good elite Kill Team. They're not, they're good for learning the game, and they've got a nice selection of varied miniatures. So you've always got some way to go either from story or painting or a gameplay perspective. Downsides, they don't have full rules, right? And it's kind of incomplete. A lot of my work, what I'm saying at the moment, is kind of guesswork, assuming this is what Games Workshop will do based on what they said in Warhammer community articles for this Kill Team. And even on the card saying the full rules you can download. So we'll see. And I really don't understand why it's a limited release, at least for now. Especially for UK people. Obviously there's other countries, but it's just strange, right? Why would you limit it, but then give it to all the reviewers? Because I'm pretty sure every reviewer got it. So I'm like, it's just weird, It was because I didn't get this in Underworlds, but it's just strange. So does that mean it's getting a general release later in the year? Because it's a really good box, but I'm just rambling now. But that's pretty much it for me today. Please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know what you thought of this video. Do you like Strike Force Justian or not? There's probably a lot of upset about that. I have an article version of this down in the episode description below. And remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. I've got an affiliate link at Element Games, but you won't be able to buy these from Element Games, at least for the foreseeable future. I've got a Discord you can check out for free in the episode description below, as well as a Patreon if you want to give me some more support. So I'll quickly shout out my patrons. So for my Adepts of the Crit, I have Tom, Sam, NP, Nick, Mr. Meatwad, John Thomas, Dad of Goldens, Ben, and then for my Veterans of the Crit, I have Samja. So thank you so much for all your support. It really means a lot to me and helps support the channel. But yeah, I'll probably be doing a battle report with Strike Force Justian. I'm going to try and paint them up like my Black Templars. They're pretty neat. My only advice is don't glue them to the bases. Mine are just pegged in for now. And I've actually proxied a lot. Well, not proxied. I've just used some of my intercession models for the models that already exist, because I've like, well, I've painted them. There's no reason to paint the same models again. But it's a pretty fun Kill Team release, and a nice way to see how Games Workshop have approached for new players. And I think it's, if we get similar things going forward every year, that'd be pretty neat, because, you know, so far we've had Marines, but if this works, we could maybe see it for other Kill Team factions going forward, in like mystery boxes or whatever. So yeah, I'm pretty happy, you know, apart from the country thing. I literally only found that out like a few days ago, just before, while I was in America. So thank goodness I didn't record this video before then. All right, it's very hot, I'm very sweaty, and I'm very tired. So until next time, no matter what your full rules say, remember there's always a chance to win, as long as you can roll a crit.